Hello, my lovely little artists. Welcome back. Today we are going to be making a drawing inspired by the song Singing in the Rain. Okay, so I've got my paper here, and the first thing I want you to do is fold it in half. Now I'm folding the short end to the short end. Some people know this as hamburger style. Some people know this as book style. If you end up with a paper that looks super long, you probably folded it the wrong way, which is okay. Just unfold it and fold it this way. All right. So now I'm going to unfold it, and you see that crease? That's what we wanted. That's going to be a guide mark for us. So I'm going to be drawing in this bottom half of the paper. I'm going to start by drawing a child that's going to be playing in the rain, and then we're going to do a background. So I want the child to be big enough to fill the bottom half of this page. So I'm going to start with a circle for the head that just touches that crease. You want it to touch the crease. Coming off of that circle, I'm going to make 2 lines and connect them at the bottom. This is going to be the child's raincoat. Let's give this child some legs. I'm going to draw 2 straight lines this way and 2 straight lines this way. Now I think he or she is going to need some boots, so let's draw some on. I'm using straight lines and then a bump for the foot, straight lines, and a bump for the foot. Okay, let's add some arms. I'm going to add an arm out this way and an arm out this way. But I'm not going to leave those arms twiggy like that. Those are super thin. Let's make that sleeve nice and thick by connecting it back to the raincoat. Now for the hands, I'm going to draw a bump and a bump. These are super simplified hands. They're kind of cartoonish. Okay, now you get to customize your raincoat a little bit. On mine, I think I'm going to put a zipper, maybe a little tie at the top, and some pockets. And I think on the face, I want to make mine a hood that's turned up around the face. So I'm going to draw a circle right there. But if you wanted your hood to be down, you could just draw a little layer around down here. It's up to you. Yours does not have to be exactly like mine. Now you can add a face. Maybe some hair. Okay. And any more details that you want there to be. I think I'm going to add some stripes on mine. All right. Now that we've customized our little child, let's add a puddle underneath. So I'm going to start at the feet with an oval. But that's not a very big puddle, is it? I think we need another oval that goes around that one. Still not big enough. Let's make another oval. Don't draw your lines over the rain boots. Skip around it and go to the next side. Still not big enough. I want a big puddle. So I'm going to keep making these layers of ovals until I've got a nice big puddle that looks super fun to splash in. Oh yeah, that's better. That looks like a fun rain puddle. Okay, now if our child is going to be out in the rain, I think he or she is going to need an umbrella. Let's give them an umbrella. Slightly to the side, okay? Or you can put yours straight over top, but I like turning mine to the side a little bit. I'm going to draw a straight line and a big curve, so it's like a semicircle or half of a circle. Then you can add a handle. The handle is going to be kind of like a backwards J shape. I'm going over mine a few times so it's nice and thick and it stands out from the rest of my lines. And maybe put a little knob at the top. On the umbrella, I'm going to do a straight line and a curved line on this side and a curved line on this side. That'll give the umbrella a little bit more of a 3D look. You can also customize your umbrella. If you want a pattern on there, you can totally do that. I really like putting polka dots on my umbrella. But yours does not have to look like mine. All right, so now I've got a super cute kid. He or she has a cool umbrella. They're jumping in a puddle. And now I can do my background. So I want this to look like a super rainy day. Now when it's rainy out, it's usually super gray and cloudy. So I'm going to do something kind of different with my pencil. If you haven't been using a pencil up to this point, then I suggest you switch to one for this step because it will not work well with a marker or pen. You really need a pencil for this. So I'm going to tilt my pencil to the side so that more of the lead is touching the paper at the same time. And I'm going to go back and forth and make my background super gray. Now I'm going kind of slow. I'm being careful not to scribble over the child that I just drew. I'm going all around them in the background. Okay, now I've got that, and I want to show you a cool technique you can do. Pencil does this weird thing where it smudges. Now if all you had was your fingers, you could smudge with your fingers. That does work. But it also gets pencil lead on your fingers, which can be kind of messy, and not everybody likes that. So what I suggest you do is get a tissue or Kleenex or a piece of paper towel or a napkin, basically just a soft scrap of something that won't be a big deal if you stain it. And you're going to rub in circles over your background. Notice I'm using my free hand to hold down the paper while I do that. This is going to give your background a cool, smeary look to it, just like on a rainy day. Sometimes it looks foggy and dim. Again, notice that I'm going around the child, not over them. Okay. Now I've got this very light gray value going on, but no rain, right? It's just cloudy. So I'm going to create some darker values by doing straight, short lines. There we go. Okay, so now I've got a super cool rainy day, and I only have one step left, and that is to color it in. Now I want to create contrast. Remember, contrast is when things look very different from each other, but we put them together anyway so that one of them stands out. Okay, so I've got this super dreary gray background and I want my child to stand out on it. So I'm going to use some crayons. You could use colored pencils or markers. And I'm going to color in the child and the umbrella. But I'm going to leave the background gray. That way they look super different from each other and the child will stand out. Okay, and with that, I am done. Now my child stands out from my background because I created contrast using color. All right, I hope you enjoyed making this project with me today, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Goodbye, my lovely artists.